Hello, I'm Jamila, an international etiquette consultant, author of etiquette books and pre-recorded online courses. If you would like to get my books, they're available for international shipment directly on my website, and you can also join my pre-recorded online etiquette courses that will give you a certificate of completion. But before I get started with today's video, I wanted to show you the outfit for today's video. I wanted to look very elegant because I was doing an etiquette review, and so for that I've opted to wear this beautiful dress by a brand called Simple Retro that I've collaborated with. You can use the discount code Jamila10 for getting anything that you want from that brand. I really love their dresses. I wear them for work, I wear them for every day, and I think this particular color looks really good on me. I've recently been wearing a lot of purple, and so I've paired it also with a purple pair of heels from a brand I've collaborated with as well. It's called Vivi, and again you can use the code Jamila12 for a 12% discount for Vivi shoes. I find them super comfortable and very elegant, yet not compromising on the comfort, which is very important for me as a mom of two. So this is the look for today's video, and let's get started now with a review. So for today's video, I decided to do a new segment, something I've never done before, and that is etiquette review of social media posts. I do etiquette review for different kind of movies in my Patreon etiquette movie club that you can join, by the way. The description is down below, but I've never done an etiquette review of social media posts, so I decided why not? Because there's so many things I come across on a daily basis, be it on Instagram or maybe some reels that I see or some videos that I see, maybe from some news as well, that I want to react to. So I decided why not dedicate a specific segment to that. So here goes a new segment, etiquette review of social media posts. So first and foremost, there was this episode between Timothee Chalamet and Erin enjoying a scone. So they were given different kind of British food to taste. We see how Timothee is really struggling with knowing what to do with a scone. So if you've watched my afternoon tea etiquette video, or if you've read my book on afternoon tea etiquette, you already know how to properly eat a scone. And we see that Erin is very gentle about it. He knows how to do it, but yet he hesitantly also asks if we're supposed to actually cut the scone before applying the jam. So my assumption was really that he probably knows how to do it, but the reason he's inquiring about it is that he doesn't come off like, I know what I'm doing and you don't know. So he's also in doubt and wants to verify if he knows it correctly or not. I thought that was very well-mannered on part of Erin to ask instead of just state that he knows how to do it, in order not to make Timothee not feel well around him. So we see that then he asks, are we not supposed to first, open the scone and then apply the jam? And we see exactly that's what he does. He cuts the scone, he places the jam, and then he starts to eat it. But I would correct here that if there's a crack in the scone, you don't actually need to use a knife. You can just use your fingers to put your fingers through the crack, slit it open like that, and then once it's open into two pieces, you can either again break the scone like a bread with your fingers into a bite-sized piece and then apply a jam and eat it like that. Or some people like to eat it in a way that they would eat a sandwich, an open sandwich. So they take a piece of scone, they apply some clotted cream, jam, and then just hold it like a sandwich and eat it like that. To be honest, I find the first method more elegant because you don't have to hold the entire piece like that in your hands, get your hands soiled with jam or clotted cream. So you take a really small piece, like a bite-sized piece, apply a little bit of jam and eat it like that. It's more clean, it's more elegant. So if you want to enjoy a scone, do it like that. And you can see those videos that I've shared on my YouTube, how to do it properly. The next video is of Queen Maxima. She arrives somewhere, I don't know exactly where this location is, but she comes out of the car and she's greeted by a woman. The handshake feels very awkward. Just pay attention to how high the elbows of the lady go. They go all the way up above the 90 degrees. She goes almost like this, lifting her arm like that. And actually there as well, I do that because of the recent injury I've had. But basically she is lifting the elbow very, very high up. And in that moment, her shoulder goes up to her ear and her handshake really doesn't look confident. It doesn't seem like she knows what she is doing. I've done a video on handshake etiquette. You can check it out on my YouTube playlist as well, how to properly shake hands. Essentially, it is making sure that you keep your elbows straight at a 90-degree angle and you don't lift them all the way up or put it all the way down, so your arm is aligned with the arm of the person you are handshaking with. And your handshake has to be 2 to 3 pumps. You don't have to prolong it in any way. You have to maintain a direct eye contact with the person you're handshaking. Look them in the eye, do 2 to 3 pumps, firmly holding your elbow closer to your body. Don't have to really pull all the way up or try to tuck it away. So all you have to do is keep it aligned, and at that angle your handshake will look a lot more confident. Take a look at that and see if you felt awkward when you were watching them handshaking each other. In the next episode, we're going to see how Macron, His Royal Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, is visiting France, and pay attention to their body language, particularly that of Macron. Pay attention how, actually to all of them, but particularly in this first couple of seconds, pay attention how Macron's hands are in his pocket. This is not a leisurely, this is not an informal setting where you can keep your hands in your pocket. For formal occasions, you never, especially the high-end officials, public personas, they are not supposed to leave their hands in a pocket. The hands should be out. People should be able to see your hands. Having your hand in a pocket is a very teenager vibe. It's almost like, you're out and about with your friends enjoying the party. This is not the vibe you want to give off when you're at an official meeting. So hands in a pocket is a big no-no. Then we see the paternal patting on the back. So Macron is patting His Royal Highness Sheikh Tamim Al Thani with a paternal pat on the back. This is very familiar. It gives a vibe like we are buddies with you, and I'm almost like a hierarchy up than you, so I'm an authority to you. Because patting on the back is something a dad would do to a son. It's never the son patting the father. So it really establishes through the body language a sort of hierarchical difference in that. And then he proceeds to do the same when they are taking pictures. He goes and pats his back, and he also pats his back in a way that he's gesturing as move forward, don't stand there talking to my wife. What I loved about Sheikh Tamim is that he is not rushed by that gesture. He takes his time. He is not bothered by the pat on his back. He is almost ignoring all of that, and he really takes his time to stand and talk to the First Lady of France, and we see how he's taking his time to walk up to take a picture. You see also that, when they are standing to pose for the picture, again, Macron, had his hands in the pocket, but then you see how the First Lady has really done well in terms of positioning herself in this picture. You see how she takes a few steps away from the Sheikh, and she keeps that distance with him. She keeps that space with him while taking the picture, and I thought that was very well done on her part, that she's not standing too close. As we know, a Sheikh is from a Muslim country. There should be a distance between a man and a woman, especially if they're not related, if it's not a spouse or a partner, and the First Lady of France is very conscious of that. She displays it through her body language, and I think she deserves an applaud for knowing how to behave, which is something I wouldn't say Macron knows how to do, how to behave himself well. In this whole dynamic, when I was watching this video, Macron gave off a vibe of a young teenager boy that is not confident, and it's very much displayed in his body language and movements. Whereas Sheikh and the First Lady really knew what they were doing, and they were not bothered by his body language and his general display of emotions. Next episode is my very much beloved, very much respected, and probably the most beautiful woman on the planet of these days is Monica Bellucci. And she gets out of the car, she's carrying the 2 bags in her hands. And her new partner, her new boyfriend, Tim Burton, is not lending her a hand or helping her or attempting to help her or in any way trying to, show that he wanted to help, and she probably refused his help. It doesn't look good. I assure you, no matter what belief you have about, I agree with the fact that women can handle all by themselves, they can do everything by themselves. But in this video, I think in this episode, it's so evident that it doesn't look good when a man is not lending a hand to a woman. She can carry her bags, she can buy herself flowers, but we all appreciate when the flowers are brought to us, when they're bought for us, when our bags are, at least there's a suggestion of, let me help you. And then it's up to me to say, yes, please, or no, please, I can handle it on my own. Chivalry should still exist, especially Tim Burton. I think he comes from a generation where that was something that was still practiced, when he was a younger man. But somehow, maybe in this episode, he maybe didn't want to help. I don't know what was going on, but it surely didn't good on his part, and it didn't make her look like she was taken care of. And I think a beautiful woman like her really deserves to be taken care of, like we all do. But I really thought that this episode didn't really look good for their relationship. I don't know what you think about that. Please let me know down in the comment section below. What are your thoughts about it? I know it's quite a controversial issue, because there are a lot of girls out in there under the comment under this video that wrote, you know, let her do it alone. Like, why does she need to get his help? But I'm from a team that thinks that men should offer help, and it's up to a woman to say yes or no. And the last episode for today's etiquette review is a social media post that I came across. It's not featuring anyone popular, it's not a celebrity, but it's something that came up to my page. I guess it was mostly watched a lot among my audience. And so this is an episode, I think it's happening somewhere in Europe. The man is in a restaurant, he reached out to the bottle of wine, trying to serve himself a bottle of wine, and we see that the waiter stops him. He's quite rude about that a little bit, and he says, you know, don't touch the bottle, it's my job. And then he proceeds preparing the napkin in order to hold the bottle. The reason he's using a napkin and not actually serving it with, you know, his hands is because it looked like it's summertime, and you know, our body temperature, so the warmth from our fingers can warm up the bottle, and then it will warm up the drink. And you know, we like to drink our wine chilled in the summer, so I'm assuming this was a white wine, or at the end of the video it looks like it was a white wine, so especially the white wines are served chilled. So we see that he first serves the man for tasting. So he serves the man to take a taste of wine and tell him if he liked it or not, if he's okay with it. So he tries the wine before proceeding to pour the wine, then ask for a drink, first to the lady and then to the man. So this is the correct way of doing it. You would first serve the wine for tasting to the person who ordered the wine. You know, it might be a woman. If it's a woman who invited people over, she's the host, she's paying the bill, she gets to decide which wine to order, and then she gets to say yes or no before the wine is poured out to the rest of the guests. And then you would first pour the wine to the guest of honor. So in this case, this would be the woman date of, that, you know, this man was seeing in that moment at the restaurant. Generally, waiters and staff can get offended, especially in really a high-end and formal restaurants, when you're trying to do your job, or you're trying to, you know, fix the plates for them or fix something for them. Because usually what this tells the waiter or the staff about is that they're not doing their job very well. They're not, you know, handling it well. They're not keeping up with all your demands, and hence you're there to help them out. Not all the time your intentions are taken well by the staff. So in a restaurant, never try to aid the waiters or the serving staff. You keep and wait for them to do their job, and that's when you show respect to them. You don't hurry them, because when you're reaching out for a bottle of wine, you're showing them, you know, that you're not doing your job properly, you're not serving me on time, so I'm not going to wait for you, I'm just going to pour it for myself. You have to be respectful that they have to serve other people as well, and you'll wait out until they come to you and serve you, be it wine or any kind of champagne or any kind of drink, or your food. Also, never rearrange plates at the table. If you want something changed, ask the waiter to do so. You don't stand up, you don't fix the plates at the table. Again, it always shows the rest of the people that the waiter and the staff is not doing a good job, and you don't want to give that impression. So I hope that this was useful and interesting for you. If you like this segment, Etiquette Review Social Media Post, give it a thumbs up to this video. Let me know down in the comment section below. What are your thoughts? What did you think about every single episode? What was your favorite one, or the one that you didn't really like? Let me know. If you have any video clips or any case studies that you want me to analyze, send those video clips either to my direct messages on Instagram or to my email info@jamilamusayeva.com. I love, you know, video suggestions from you that I can review for my etiquette segment. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.